This video I want to show you how to create a unique ID for a Bubble app without using the built-in very long unique ID that Bubble creates every time. So for that I created this simple form with name, age and a save button, and there's a repeating group here where you're going to see the unique ID in a moment. Actually the unique ID I'm creating here is not actually unique, but I'll be showing you guys how to create a fail-safe. If for some reason the ID that you just created is duplicated, then there'll be a fail-safe for that. But depending how many characters you're going to use for this unique ID, this is not likely to happen anyway. So I also created a database called form with age, name and unique ID. So let's get into it. So whenever the user saves like his name and age, we're going to create this workflow here. So we're going to go data, create a new thing. The data type will be form, and then we're going to set one field. And for now, we are only going to set the unique ID field. And then here's the trick. So you're going to search for calculate formula. And the type of formula will be generate random string. And then here you can pick the length of characters. So like I said, the built-in unique ID created by Bubble is very long. So you can create like a 5 or 4 characters ID. And then you can mix them between letters and numbers. So the first step of this workflow will be creating the unique ID. So then after, you're gonna create on a plus button, data, and make changes to thing, which thing will be the result of step 1, because we're going to modify that data entry. And then now we're going to play with the other fields. If we click all fields, they're going to populate here. So we can delete the first one. So the age will be the age input that I have created, value, name input, value, and the unique ID will be the result of step 1, unique ID. So now we're going to make sure that the process of saving this entry only happens if the unique ID is actually unique. So to do that, we need to play with the only when field here. So we're going to do a search for the form that I have previously created, and we're going to look for the unique ID is equal to the result of step number 1, unique ID. But we also need to change this part of the formula, the expression here. So the count is 1. You can type 1 there. I can explain you better. This data entry will only be saved whenever the count is this unique ID count is 1, which means that it's unique, right? And it's going to look for all the unique IDs in the system. So whenever the count is not 1, so it's going to stop the workflow. Or even better, it's not going to stop the workflow, but it's going to stop or create a new entry. So to reinforce what I just said, what we're going to do here, we're going to do a search for another unique IDs in the database. If the system finds another same unique ID, which is a bit redundant what I just said, if it finds the same unique ID, it's going to stop off creating this new data entry. So again, so you do a search for, and then it is only going to save when the count of that unique ID is 1, because it has already been created previously in the first step here. So if we first calculate the random string, and then it checks if it's already in the system. So the goal here is whenever we have a duplicate unique ID, we're going to stop this workflow. We can install a plugin, which is a small alert that's going to pop on the top of the screen or the right side of the screen. That's going to say that some minor issue has occurred. Please save this form again, something like that. But again, the chances for this to happen is very, very low. So according to Google, the number of different IDs that could be created with 4 digits in a mix of letters and numbers is 1,679,616. So the chances for this to be duplicated is very rare. It's not likely to happen. So in case it happens, we're going to install a simple plugin. So if you type alert, you're going to install this alert toast message notify. Install it. All right, so now we're going to add this we message whenever we have this duplicate ID. So we're going to go back to the workflow. You're going to click on the plus button, plugins, BEP toast alert. So the message could be something like some minor issue has occurred, please save form again. So we're only going to see this whenever this unique ID is duplicated. So we're going to do similar thing that we did here before. We're going to do down here, we do a search for. We're going to do a search for form, and then the constraint will be unique ID is equal the result of step 1 unique ID. So now here we're going to be count greater than 1. So in this case, this alert only going to happen if the count of that specific unique ID that has been created is greater than 1, which means it's duplicate, right? So you're only going to show this alert if the count is greater than 1. Then you can create one final step here just to make sure that you stop the workflow whenever this happens, when the count of that unique ID is greater than 1. So we're going to go to navigation and terminate this workflow. So we're going to do the same thing here. Do a search for form, add a new constraint, unique ID is equal to result of step 1 unique ID, and then here count greater than, and then you can type 1 there. So let's see how is this behaving. So we're gonna type name and age and then save. And then we got our unique ID, name and age. And then we can create another person, Mike 27, save. And then we have our unique ID. Like I said, the chances for this fail-safe to be triggered, they're very low, because the possibility for this to be duplicated is 1 in 1,600,000. But now you have a fail-safe because we have broken down this new data entry into creating the unique ID first, and then after you save the age and name, and then you use this unique ID from this step here, from the step 1. And then again, this new data entry will only be saved if the count of this unique ID is 1. If there's any repeated unique ID, this won't be saved, and the alert will be triggered. Some minor issue has occurred, please save form again. I can't even show you when the fail-safe works here, because the chances for this to happen is very low, but now at least you have a fail-safe. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you know a different way to approach this issue or to solve this problem, please let me know in the comments. I know that you can play with the backend and then you make a loop, so it keeps creating a new unique ID again and again until it creates a unique, actually unique. But if you want a simple solution, I think this will do in the moment. Thanks a lot for watching the video, guys. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.